That actually looks pretty good underneath.
This came off yesterday.
No, this is not bone. This is just old dead skin.
I kind of like his scars, man. He looks pretty cool.
Gives him character.
Oh man, we're hanging out with Dr. Mike. We love this guy. This is the first time seeing Guapo since I took him home about a few weeks ago. So here you go. You can do the honors, buddy.
All right.
Let's see how he's doing here. Pretty stoked because if you look, all this dead skin is just lifting off, even with the stitches in it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's gonna come right off.
Yep.
So
and that tissue underneath looks good too.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing that causes concern, or is there's no skin on that jaw.
Yeah.
If we get over on this side, you can kind of see it. Sorry to be all over the place, friends.
Oh, here we go.
Want to get rid of this?
We're okay here. More lively now.
Oh yeah, he's eating on his own. He's grazing. I let him out. He's been amazing. So I'm just so excited that he's doing so well. But you can see that tissue is completely gone. But it looks like nature is he's got a little ant on him. It looks like nature is hardening it. I don't know if that was muscle or what's happening there.
Yeah, so some of this exposed tissue was a muscle belly. But all this that we expected to slough off, that actually looks pretty good underneath.
This came off yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we still had a little unhealed portion there, so that'll just scab and flake off as well. But I mean, this
feels much softer though. I mean, this feels much more appropriate now.
Yep, definitely. And then underneath, the same thing's happening under his jaw. But
everything healed up nicely.
It's just pretty cool, man, the way their bodies are. He never would have gotten over that hump without the intervention, though. So it was just absolutely important that we got him into you.
Yeah, this all healed up really well.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's great.
Because those were where we had those deep abscesses or just holes in the skin.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, so
we'll
this
is a little clean up.
Yeah,
but nothing terrible.
All right, cool. What are you thinking as far as like what would your procedure be here to kind of further this healing process?
We're just gonna start by kind of cutting off all that dead skin.
Okay.
We're gonna literally take scissors and just cut the dead skin right off.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of see what we're left with. See if we need to address it or if we just kind of let him do his thing and keep going.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we'll get a good look, but honestly, I'm pretty happy with how all this looks.
Yeah, it's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Just and
the fact that he's eating on his own now again too is great. I mean, you could tell he wanted to so badly when we were assist feeding him while he was here, but and he got to the point where he was eating a whole bowl of food at every meal.
Right.
But yeah, the fact that he's doing it on his own again is awesome. That's huge.
Yeah, I think you know what it was. If I may, that's just some food that's right there. He's a messy eater.
Yep.
I think what happened. I'm going to come around the other side.
Yep.
What I noticed is the last thing that seems to be healing up. If you look at the jaw here.
Yeah.
It's
just all along the margin.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm thinking the reason he's favoring the other side when he puts food in.
Yep.
So.
Well, and also you have to remember this is a hugely important muscle for actually opening and closing the jaw and getting that bite force.
Yeah.
So, he kind of had to learn how to do it with that right side now being such a dominant force.
Okay.
He had to kind of get used to that muscle trauma because, that main muscle belly that ran across was just totally
shot,
obliterated.
Yeah.
So there was no way to
still got a little
heal that.
Still a little exposed bone there.
Yeah, it's got some granulation on top, which is great.
Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna be a little bit of a process. Come here, buddy.
Gotcha.
You're okay.
He's a good boy. He knows, like, oh crap, I'm back here, man.
Yeah. Don't leave me.
Yeah. So so I'm just gonna drop him off to you, and you'll go ahead and put him under. And do you think you'll put him on? How are you gonna do this?
May not even do that. Honestly, we'll kind of see how it cleans up. And go from there and see if we even really need to sedate him at all.
Gotcha.
It'll just depend how it goes.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let the doc get to work with Guapo. We'll see you guys on the other side of that.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool to swing back because everyone wants to see Guapo, and the whole team here is happy to see that this guy's doing well. But yeah, all the tissues come off. Yeah, there you go. He might make a little head twitch because we've been poking at him, but you're He's an awesome lizard, and so I'm really glad that he's actually doing well.
So well, look at
Yeah,
that.
this one here, and then this is that's the actual.
Yeah, that it was showing the bone and all.
Right. So it's starting to get better.
It is great. It is great.
Yeah, he's a good lizard, man.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still handsome. Senor Guapo.
He's
you know?
adorable.
Yeah, he's cool. So I'm really, really happy with everything because this is an animal I've had 20 years, and to lose him would have been a bummer. And there he is. You should have tights and a cape, buddy. You know, it's got to be, you know, for you guys, when you see an animal that has turned around, it's got to be fun.
Yep.
Because so many times you guys do the best you can, and you know, things don't always work out like that. So it was really cool. So it's very key in getting this kind of intervention and having a good veterinarian that you guys know if you're out at home. Very important. And of course, if you guys live in South Florida or in Florida and you don't mind taking a ride, come on down to PGA Animal Clinic. Dr. Mike can help you out. But yeah, he's going to squirm a little bit. If you need me to shut up and hold him, I can do that.
No, it's okay. For now, I'm just kind of checking things out.
Okay.
And you know, we're just going to kind of trim all this dead skin off. So
All right.
once he settles, he'll be good.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
He'll be good.
Yes. Yeah. There we go.
You're okay. We're just gonna.
It looks like beef jerky, man.
It does.
I
bet it
stop
doesn't
at truck
taste
stop.
like it.
I go to Buc-ee's and I get that stuff all the time. Yeah, there you go. That's a big piece. Look at
We're
that.
just gonna kind of
All that new tissue.
cut some of this off. So this isn't gonna hurt him at all because this is all dead skin. And you know that was kind of exactly what we were waiting for is for all that granulation, all that scar tissue underneath to build up, so those areas would kind of lift up like that. There are a few spots where I'm not really gonna mess with it all that much. We're just gonna kind of let the healing continue. But a lot of these.
Do you think? Wow, I almost thought that was bone.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary, right? It gets that hard that it kind of looks like it.
Holy smokes! Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is not bone. It's just old dead skin. Okay, bud. You're okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pleased.
You're okay. You're okay.
When you get an animal that's been this, you know, through that kind of trauma, eating again, that's huge.
Oh yeah, big time. Okay, buddy. Okay. Enjoy that piece.
Well, Doc had him here for about 10 days doing that while I was out. He helped me out while I was traveling, and then, oh, here we go.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Back up a little bit.
Scaring the poop out of him here, buddy.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I would say it was about 3 weeks of assist feeding from the point that the injury took place to just the last few days. So
Okay, buddy.
it's been about a month.
Yeah, it's a long haul.
Definitely.
Long haul. I always tell people, you know, reptiles can get horribly sick overnight. Hold on, let's not get step in your poop.
Oh, are you with that?
Can I grab
And
this?
yeah, absolutely.
I don't mind helping. I handle poop all the time. See,
They get
guys.
sick very, very fast, but
Yeah.
they take a long time to recover and a long time to heal.
Yeah, man.
So it's, you know, it's sad. Everybody, I think, is kind of used to
Disposable
mammals
pets. Yeah.
that,
Oh,
you
I
know,
see what you're saying. Right.
It's like they get sick, and a lot of times they can improve pretty quickly depending what's going on. But these guys, you know, sometimes, you know, for wound care and upper respiratory infections, stuff like that, pneumonia.
I was actually going to bring this up now.
Yep.
This is where we did Batril. So I don't know.
Yep.
Is this the?
That's
Batril, right?
Yeah.
So that's such a power. It's so hard on them.
Yeah, it has, you know, it's pretty well documented that you can get tissue necrosis from Batril injections in reptiles.
Okay.
So, and actually Fred, years ago, many years ago now, Fred brought a Burmese python in here that got ripped up by a retic.
Okay.
And we probably put 200 and something sutures in that snake. I mean, it
remember
took
that.
forever. And the worst scars on that female were from the Batril
Batril.
injections. Yeah.
And Dr.
Which was-
Mike
which was
was
wild.
talking about our friend Fred Grunwald. That's how I met Dr. Mike. Fred introduced us, and man, we miss Fred every day.
Oh, yeah.
But We've got some good news. I don't know if you know this, but I've got caiman eggs from his.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she built a nest and everything, so we've got caiman eggs cooking naturally.
Cool.
So that's some of Fred's legacy there.
Very cool.
I kind of like his scars, man. He looks pretty cool.
Yeah, gives him character.
That's right. Kind of like the Joker. Want to know how I got these scars? That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this looks good.
Cool.
Looks good, man. Gonna get some little tiny scissors and just get some of these sutures out.
Gotcha.
There's still,
You're
okay, bud. Still a couple spots where you're gonna see it lift off.
Okay.
Some of that around, you know, where we're doing those injections over here. Some of that's gonna lift off for sure.
Okay.
I'm not gonna really pick at it too much. We'll kind of let it do its thing. And then this is really the only area in here that I'm a little bit more concerned about, just where that muscle was, and we knew this was going to be the trouble spot.
Right.
So we're gonna have to kind of see.
I mean, but here's it's hardening. It's trying to create a barrier between the outside environment and his body.
Exactly.
So.
He's healing, you know, internally. He's forming new tissue, right? So before, when I would just grab kind of under around his dewlap and kind of on the jowls here, it was like rock hard.
Yeah.
I mean, this was so swollen and so badly infected that this was just all rock hard in here. But this feels much better.
Well, we're still doing the ceftazidime,
Yep.
so I'm going to run through that whole course of
Yep.
medication.
Yeah.
I just love how good he's being, actually.
Yeah, I think he kind of just got used to me messing with him. And he finally gave up.
Yeah. Play dead.
Yeah,
See?
exactly.
There we go.
Exactly. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. I know. Just looking. Yeah, even that one bad spot down here looks really good.
Yeah,
still.
that's amazing.
I mean that
was deep.
Yeah.
And,
I mean his jaw was exposed.
Right. And then
this looks a lot better.
All the maggots you had to pull out of there, they were inside there. I mean, it was just so much drama.
Yeah, it looks really good. All in all, pretty good, my friend.
All right.
So we'll get some tiny suture scissors. Can you grab me some?
Cool.
And
this
then,
is great.
yeah.
Listen, I know my viewers have really appreciate you allowing me to come back here and kind of give behind the velvet ropes of what goes on at an animal hospital, because so many people that watch this channel, they want a career with animals, so it's really cool that you do this. How did you get started with animals and caring for them in this way?
Ooh, honestly, I think just because I was very young when we moved to Florida, so I was, I say very young, I was a baby.
Okay.
And my parents were from New York, and my dad actually lived in many states growing up. They moved around quite a bit. And so when we got down here, there were a bunch of spiders and snakes and everything that they weren't used to. So my dad kind of made it his mission to teach me about everything and teach me what to grab and what not to grab.
Awesome.
So he would always go and he'd catch snakes, and he'd get a big tank and he'd put them in there and and basically make me learn about them, so I knew what was around, so I wouldn't get myself into trouble. So that kind of just grew into a passion for me.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's so funny how many of us have a similar story with animals, and then we each take our own path into how we care for them. Me, I love the husbandry aspect of it, creating habitats, and you actually like keeping them alive, which is amazing.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah, ideally. Yeah.
Oh, you're okay, Guapo. Come here, buddy. You're okay. Okay. Give me that leg.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
Yeah, they're just coming right out. That's a nice tool to have. It's better than toenail clippers.
Yeah, they work okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of times I'll use different suture than I used for him. I mean, I knew we were going to be seeing him back, obviously. A lot of times I'll use absorbable suture.
Oh, I see.
And they shed and the suture just comes off. Just kind of breaks down and comes off.
Very cool.
But we knew we were seeing him back, so we used this.
It's amazing.
Yeah, get this old crusty stuff off and get you cleaned up. You'll be in good shape.
So in this case, is it thicker suture since it's not absorbable, or?
No, it's not. Did you say thicker?
Yes.
No, it's not thicker suture. It's just that this suture is non-absorbable, meaning it won't disappear, it won't dissolve. So it's something that you really have to remove. Whereas absorbable suture, you don't have to actually remove it.
And what was your name again?
Brielle.
All right, there's Brielle. Brielle's actually shadowing the doc here because you want to grow up one day and be a veterinarian. Is that
Hopefully.
it? Yeah, I hear you. I want to grow up one day also. I've been trying to. It's, so far so good at not growing up. Don't do that. It's horrible, kids.
It is.
Anyway, here we are. He's getting those pulled out. That's cool. And like we suspect, I mean, that looks necrotic. They're like dead, and it's just going to pop right off.
Yeah. Yeah, I expect this area here to kind of lift off just like the other side did, and that's okay. All the tissue underneath feels much, much better than it did before.
Awesome.
I mean, you can literally feel it through, even though his skin is so thick, you can feel the difference
That's
there.
awesome.
So, yeah, much, much better. These areas, we're not going to pick at it a whole bunch. We're going to kind of let it keep healing and declare itself.
Cool.
So. But this looks much better, yeah. I am gonna trim a little bit of this area down on his dewlap where it's all lifted up and kind of get this cleaned up a little bit better. But all in all, I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, awesome. And here's another quick shout out. Doc also does some fun stuff with snakes. You can follow him on Instagram. Palm Beach Colubrids, correct? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
See that? Go give him a follow. Let him know Kamp Kenan sent you. Our channel here. He's a big part of the channel. I'm glad Fred introduced us because he has saved me and my animals quite a few times already. It's been about 4 or 5 years of knowing each other, and I try not to take advantage, but when I have I just throw up the big V sign, that's like the bat signal. Doc, I'm in trouble. So this is awesome, man.
Yeah, happy to help always.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, see, ladies love Senor Guapo, man. That's my man. I love this dude. And I think, never trust anyone without scars. So he's got a story to tell.
There you go. Okay, hold on, buddy. Hold on.
This is awesome.
No, in this case, it was close to me. Oh, they were like on the
Trying to keep him comfortable
Right,
and still
right.
access it. You're okay.
It's not easy. Squirming lizard. And it is a challenge when you have to do some kind of what do you call it? What's the
Sedation?
Yeah, that's it.
Anesthesia?
Sedation.
Yeah.
I can't say anesthesia. There we go.
That's okay.
And that's the ties. Is that right? Anyhow, it's a lot quicker doing it like this, huh?
Yeah.
Being that their metabolism's so slow, does it take a long time for the sedative to really work?
So yeah, sometimes that's from tortoises you are painfully aware. Sometimes,
definitely.
Sometimes that's the hardest part about it is just waiting for the meds to kick in. These guys go down relatively quickly though, honestly, with the drugs we use. So it's not too big a deal. But yeah, this looks really good.
That's awesome.
Still a little bit more to kind of lift off here, but it's just popping right off.
Yeah, it is.
So this looks good.
This is the funny thing. You mentioned reptiles are slow to get better, but it is also incredible, their physiology, what they can endure.
Oh yeah.
I've seen, like you said, you've seen iguanas hit by cars. I've seen tortoise shells cracked.
Yep.
And they do good. And then other times, they drop dead.
They look perfect and they're dead the next day.
Yeah,
Yep.
speaking of, I forgot to bring the other animal. I have Artie. Unfortunately, Artie passed away just randomly. So I'd like to get him to you so you can kind of I know the tissue, we won't be able to get any samples to laboratory.
Right.
However, maybe there's something that's in that body. Maybe I think he might have gotten at a cane toad or something. Just croak like that. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you do figure it out from something obvious when you do a necropsy.
Well, you helped me with Lagatha, the croc monitor.
Yeah.
She had burst ovaries, right? Mm-hmm. The eggs follicles had burst. So it.
Yeah, sadly, reproductive issues are not a terribly uncommon cause of death in female reptiles.
Yeah, it's just good to know the answer, because so many times you kick yourself like, what did I do wrong? You know.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, you are. That's good. I don't mind.
I changed my mind.
Yeah, no. Listen, you're funny,
we were
Doc.
talking, and
I'm the same way, man.
I changed my mind.
And it looks.
Curiosity got to me.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Let's
But,
get this guy
yeah,
cleaned up. He's got a date in a few weeks. Now I'm
So
just
I know it looks scary like this
Yep.
because now it's all
Pink
oh my
and-
gosh, it's exposed tissue, but that looks actually really good. So you kind of want a little bit of bleeding because
Yep.
that tells you that the tissue's healthy, right? So that side is gonna heal over, and all of a sudden it'll look like this over here. And then
Gotcha.
all of a sudden it'll look like this down here where, it's like barely pink at all. And it's just gonna very slowly fade out. And every time he sheds, it's gonna continue to heal. And he's just gonna have a little,
White
little
spots,
spot.
yeah.
And that's that.
no doubt.
So, yeah. Yeah, that really looks pretty darn good.
Yeah, I'm stoked you actually pulled that off.
Yeah. This upper margin, just kind of keep an eye on. But,
Right.
But yeah, that lifted so easily. I figured why not. And thankfully,
The ear's
tympanic
intact,
membrane's
yep.
still intact. Everything's good. So we got incredibly lucky there. So I'm just gonna trim this little dead piece here.
Doink.
All right.
Oh,
Ready
tasty.
for you. There you go.
Yummy.
And,
I am hungry. We're gonna get lunch after this, Guapo. And then that, like I said, that's just
Yeah,
been
I'm just
some
gonna
food.
pick his food off. There
Sorry.
you go. Really make him beautiful. There you
Oh,
go.
look at that guy.
There you go.
And he lost a few teeth in this battle also.
Yep.
Wild.
I think that is probably just about it for today.
Yeah, man, sounds good to me.
And we'll just keep a close eye. And you can still do, especially if he's going outside with you and walking around while you're doing work outside, you can put a little Silvadene on
Okay.
that still,
Good.
especially on that side that's
Gotcha.
real fresh where I just lifted that off.
We don't want any fly strikes.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You want to keep it nice and covered. But yeah, I mean, all in all, this looks really good. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
There you have it. There is a really cool update for us in Guapo, for you guys in Guapo rather. And so I am really happy that I have good people helping me out, because it's, you can't just do this in a vacuum, friends. If you're gonna have animals, you gotta have a good veterinarian. And I know I'm kissing his butt right now, but it's the truth, man. The guy does a good job. All right, don't forget to follow Palm Beach Colubrids. And if you're in need of animal help, go to PGA Animal Clinic, Dr. Michael Gillen. As always, I appreciate it, pal.
You got it.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
We'll see you guys later. So long. Later, Guapo.